junior scientist. If I knew you were coming, I would have worn my fancy dress. I'm glad you're here. If this is okay, let's get started. What makes land? Well, you have slow processes. Let me see. You do the new tip of your slow processes the other way. Slow processes. Let's do the slow processes and then you have the asked processes. Fast processes you see on our planet. Change happens slowly. But it also happens quickly. Let's talk about how they're different. What brings about slow change? Well, think about the Grand Canyon for a minute. That did not, I repeat, that did not happen overnight. The Grand Canyon, that beautiful, beautiful canyon that people come from all around, that did not, I repeat, that did not happen overnight. The Grand Canyon, that beautiful, beautiful canyon that people come from all around the world to visit is the result of, of ion of water and wind that just just carved its way as it traveled through the hills. Seriously, the wind and rain over time, weather the rock and kind of caused a passageway down in these hills and in these older mountains, and that's your weekend. If you go there today, you can still see the effect of the river. There's still the river that runs through there. It's nowhere near the river that came through there after the ice age, but it isn't really money through there, and that very river yarns ago was responsibility for doing all that beautiful work. But that's a very slow process. So the woman making change and the water making change does not happen quickly, but it does happen. There are, however, changes that can happen right before your very eyes. Instant change. What can do that? Volcanoes could do that. Earthquakes can do that. Mudslides can do that. Okay, let me just kind of point out the difference between landslide and mudslides. Now, when I was a little, this used to confound me. I would hear people to use words, and then I would several. Can we just use them interchangeably? Interchange, interchange, interchangeably, and they were like, "Hold, how much light is a mudslide? That landslide is a landslide, and they shall never be one and the same." Okay, just so that you know, and you never have to walk through your childhood wondering, "My can't you use them interchangeably?" This is why we can't. Mudslide is the result usually of tremendous, trem- tremendous rains. Heavy rains, sometimes called flash flooding. All that additional water plus gravity causes the ground to become slushy and gooey like mud. And then, of course, gravity pulls it downward much less lies not was a mudslide. You gravity pulls it downward much less light, not was a mudslide. You have the rain mixed with the dirt. Now we'll let it slide. Or on the other hand, it's different in the think of a landslide like an, an avalanche, but with no snow. So it could be the movement of very large rocks. It could be just poor, very poor topsoil due to erosion, and then gravity. And you add them all together. You have large rocks are too heavy. And of course, gravity wants to pull things down, and you have this poor soil foliage or plants to hold the soil together, and everything comes tumbling down. Those things can happen quickly, instantly. There are even some roads in the United States, and if you will be or drive on, they have signs that say, "Be careful, falling rocks will all of that is part of land sliding. It's just what it sounds like. Land large portions, portions of land on my head. But yes, sliding the roots of plants. It helps to hold soil in place during a big storm. That soil will wash away if the plants in the soil because the roots act like fingers and grab onto the soil and keep it in place. Tree roots sometimes go into large rocks that are in the ground and over many years, and I mean many years, these roots can break the rocks. This is a very slow change. Tree roots can also crack sidewalks and driveways. After many years, tornadoes can also be responsible for uh, amazing a quick change by being able to pick up physical objects and geographical objects to huge rocks and and, and soil and trees and deposit them in other places. Avalanches can also be part of the rapid processes that causes our land to change. And there was on more. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Flooding, hurricanes. Quick changes said, when one day you have a beach, depending one there, the category of the hurricane, the next day it could be gone. So evolution of beaches. You oceans that things near coastal regions break down quickly as a result of those particular forces. Sometimes wind blows sand into the air and this sand rubs against log rocks. After many years, the rocks become very smooth from years of the sand in the wind rubbing against them. Also, rain can wash away soil and sand much faster than it can erode and wash away larger rocks. Larger rocks take many years to wear away old stone and brick buildings. Well, they can vote to after many years of wind and raining against the old stones and brick buildings during the road. Here we go again. we're gonna review that we can walk all stones and brick buildings doing the road. Here we go again. We're gonna review that. We have very rapid changes, right? I can talk to about avalanches, mudslides, landslides, hurricane, hurricanes, tornadoes, typhoons, typhoons, just things that happened, and they are very powerful and strong. And you wake up the next day, and there could be changes. Now, things that take a long, long, long time to change our environment will be just your day-to-day weathering and erosion and wind and water and rain that breaks down things gradually. So that's what makes land change. Keep your eyes open because there's a land changing near you.